Welcome back to another episode of Create Arcane Engineering. Today we're actually going to try and get stuff done. I made a clipboard for all to do. Hopefully I can use that to at least decently guide myself, because part of the issue with me not getting stuff done is not being able to do stuff. But one thing, firstly, I want to start off by getting is shipped allows all these nice block variations. I need to get a mason's table. So, crafting wise, I need all that. I think the only thing I'm actually missing is a brick. But I can actually go over to this menu and type it out and see. Yeah, only thing I'm missing is a brick, but I do have some clay. So let's find that. I only want half of it. And don't think we've got a furnace here, so I'll head on back to old base. Actually, no, I think I have something cooking in here. I think that's how I was getting charcoal. So I can just let that heat there, so I don't have to make the full trip back. And we've got our brick. So up we go again, up around mountain. Sorry, I had to silence and alarm that one off. So, I'm actually seeing a ton of builds recently, and there's some ideas that I have. So, Mason's table, because if you didn't know, Mason is someone who works with stone, bricks, that type of stuff. And it works pretty similar to this, like the stone cutter, except it's all the chipped stuff. So, probably what we have the most plentiful of is going to be, thinking cobblestone. That I can also, if you did not know, most items have tags of what they are. So, like, there's the stone tag, has everything that like that. There's wood tab, which don't have much in here. There's plank. There's log. There's a ton of others. I just don't know all of them. But I'm going to give myself 2 stacks of spruce. Actually, no, I won't. I'll keep some logs, but I'm also going to get some cobblestone. This is really nice, and you can understand why I've been wanting to get it for so long. So, I'm thinking that sort of taking... I don't know the best way to describe it, but I think I'm just going to build it and then get y'all's opinion. Well, I can't hear y'all, so I can't really get y'all's opinion, but I am going to take that like that. And stack. So I'm thinking that take about here as the height. If I mine down, there's no more. Too lazy to grab the shovel, so that's what I'll do. And I'll put down a good amount of cobblestone bricks. I'm thinking sort of too thick with, like, just give me a second, I'm gonna build this out. I'm thinking having the spruce wood as sort of supports, then going to like spruce stairs. I'm gonna figure out like an actual depth to put these at, but like that and have like, I don't know, so a couple in between them. Definitely gonna be further out later on. But like I'm thinking that with maybe spread them out further, add some spruce slabs on top. I do not want to be making pressure plates. That's of no use to me. So I'm thinking like that, but a bit further out, and maybe have trapdoor in the middle. I can hear like a dog or something. And it's making me like randomly jump a bit. It's probably nothing. Yeah, you can probably hear it. I don't know how loud you'll be playing this, so can never really assume too much about whoever's watching. So I'll take this down, and I think I'll have 5 between them. I'll start actually at the end. I think for bits that go lower down than this, I'm gonna sort of make a wooden cross beam. But that should probably just gonna get this side for now, since I gonna have to come back to the other sides anyways later on. So I'll just loop it around the corner enough to where it's looking decent. So I'm gonna be really glad that I cut down those trees. So I think I'm gonna build that support set first. So 5 between them, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Build a bit too fast. So I will see you actually in a... Yeah, I built this one too high. I will see you in a minute once I've got these like going for a little bit, and I'll show you how it looks. And done. So we've got ourselves a nice little row of this. Need to build this down over here some, but this is actually looking pretty nice for something I've built. I need to build that because it's visible. So now that now can grab like one of the frames and get that on the belts. So that will be andesite casings is what I meant. Frames. That's a different game. Hmm. So those we'll get that. It only seems like it's the like filled out look if it has a rod in it. No, rod. Uh, I can just look at create items and find it. Shaft. Yeah, shaft rod, close enough. I just got in. Okay, that's still down. Okay, that is pretty much our first go. I'm gonna have to do some more terraforming to get this flat enough to where it'll fully show. But that can be done in a little while because this diamond pick, not pick, but shovel is not in a great place at the moment. So I'll call that on this list checked off for the moment, sort of. So next on it, it's workstation or all the loot things. It's like those. I'm gonna look up just need to figure out what they're called to look them up, so into the quest we go. So rewards, toolkit is for engineer. So I've got 3 in radiant and 1 normal. And for the magic, they get bags. I've got a ton of these. So this shouldn't be too long, but there's still going to be a bit of a whole thing to open. They give such a weird variety of items. We have toolkits, which give enough stuff. So we can just dump those in. I'm so glad I got everything swapped over because otherwise I would. That's like the only reason I'm opening these up now. So I'm unsure if this is a tag, but yeah, food doesn't work. I think I got cinnamon rolls, sweet rolls. So I decided to actually do something decent. Remember to take things off peaceful. So I'm not even gonna mess with this at the moment. I'm sort of just out of it. But what I do need to do is I'm sort of going to continue this around and get sort of a backboard. But because probably this part's going to be hidden inside of like the whole thing. It's going to have different back and I can have different texture. So for another stone search, or we can re-grab our small cobble. Grab yourself two more stacks of normal. We can decide. I want something that'll connect, so I think I'll go with great. No, that's not a connecting one. Luckily, I can just pop that back in. Swap to something which I actually think is, yeah, sort of linked. Now it's night. I'll take a quick little nap. So, can get that. Oh. I already had one blow up in pretty much the exact same spot. Okay, I'm horrible at combat, especially while wearing a jetpack, because they make it kind of odd to do things. It's sort of you want to try fancy stuff, so you try it, but it's much harder. I want to do like a flying shot, but because I'm in a jetpack, why wouldn't I? But I'm not skilled enough to really do that, so we will go with a smooth. Ooh. Looks like they have an odd limit, though. So I'm gonna swap it to something else that hopefully has a similar vibe. There's a ton of options. I could go overlapping tiles, which I think are connecting. They seem to be having odd texture things as well, so I think it may just be something with that version of it that I have. I'll try these. Okay, these seem to work. And I just don't get why they're not. I don't know why they're shifting. I'm on the verge of just picking something else as again. It's not shifting. I got no clue. Give me a second to mine these and find something that actually works. So give me a second. I gave up on finding one that connects, so I'm just going all in with these small cobblestone bricks. Yeah, if my game would stop like stuttering every step I take, but I think though I am going to grab some more spruce and just build these up a bit. I won't build the rest of it up because that's the outer wall. So I'm thinking window type thing in the middle. I will leave that for a moment. I've got this side to worry about. So I want to, one of my goals for this episode was actually, speaking of that, oh, I opened up the little things. I want to build a workstation. So that's just going to be a transferring this stuff. And so if you remember in the old base how we just had that little area that I could just do stuff if I didn't want to automate it. Yeah, I'm gonna do sort of a similar thing to that. I'll set my bed just here. I won't really need crafting table, but I'll get pretty much everything else. So I'm just gonna type in table. Do I have actually? I'll grab furnace. I'm probably still gonna use bulk smelting a majority of the time, but might as well have it. And don't actually think there's much else besides like the stone cutter, which is in my inventory. So I'll just set these down and I'll have the mason's workbench be on top. Yeah, close it like that. This is actually looking decent. Now I want machine wall. So press, need two. Sorry, I only actually need one, but I'll grab two. And what was I thinking? Lawyer. I'll also grab all of these. Yep, I also need basins. And I don't know how many I have, but I can also craft them. Oh, I accidentally shift clicked that. Oh, we were already on the path to making more, so that was the whole point of building this area. So I'm thinking two like that and three there with. I'm gonna build it sort of opposing this. So I'll build it like this. Mechanical mixers. I'll take that, build out that, and finally the deployer can get rotated correctly. So thinking though that I'll have to right here dig down to get power. So let's do an app create and grab all the stuff we need. And one of the major things I want to do is I want to have hoppers all put stuff in one chest, or I could even get a mechanical hand to do it. I'll name it Fred. So I I don't have the stuff. I don't have any mechanisms, but the moment I have them available, I will make a. Actually, no, I could just do it with a bell and take a bit of. I know what I can do. Let me grab some cogs, some shafts. Then I think some chain belts. I have any. I've got 14. I'm actually surprised I have that many. I mean, I was meaning to bring those to Hotbar, but that just luckily it's all the same system. Okay. So I'm thinking this gets transported down. Once my game stops buffering, I can actually move. Nope, and let me quickly rest again. Oh, nope, my bed's over here. Forget that. I think I'm pretty much making like a kitchen type area. Oh, I swung early. First time actually succeeding in that. So I'll just make my way through here. These won't have a bottom under them. They're gonna have something better. So, thinking for this, getting case train drive. And then this can become a large cog. Actually, I'm gonna move things about a bit because I'm gonna have the chest right here. Luckily, none of these are direction based. They're speed based, actually. So, stick ourselves out a little bit to where I can actually walk. So, actually, get that. And we can have these but linked together. Okay, okay, there's where it placed. I'm trying to maneuver it to place right there. So then I can So I'll grab like a barrel, or actually no, I've got a pretty good amount of chests that got stolen from sort of the old network. So I'll just pop one down there. I wonder if funnels can be set to go upwards while on the bottom of things. So how do I have more brass funnels than andesite funnels? That's intriguing. Well, actually, it seems they can. So it's actually going to be directional. So second shaft can go just about there. I'll just use brass ones. They can get swapped later on. But these will all go out. And then get picked up in this chest. So whenever I actually run stuff through, it'll be fine. So I just have to power through this. I should also probably go grab casing. I'll grab andesite because it's what everything else is in. So just there, there, there. Got ourselves basically a little bar. Not really a bar, but that's the best way I can. Now just to dig a straight line. That's how I'm connecting this. I'm gonna use just a couple belts. And only a tad of speeding up. So I actually need to make some big cogs because they're actually really cheap. So now we just got that line up. And pretty much just going for a straight shot. But I'm gonna go up a bit more. I can place andesite casing on that so that it won't interfere. Don't have a ton of stress in this system, so hopefully this doesn't kill it. Oh, get on. It's alive. And later on, just bounce around. Okay, those are working. And check on the belts. Yep, flawless. I do fabulous. So now we just need to grab some andesite. And some mineral resin. If my oh, I'm frozen. Oh no! I accidentally hit my mouse and didn't like that. It's quite old, so I think I can take just a little bit of my several thousand resin. So oh, don't know how to tell it to only take finished products. Oh, I know what I can do. Ooh, because they're half step, I can need to find the spruce slabs. You just find the thing that you're gonna make, and so now I just need the andesite alloy. I pellet those. Grab this. Why did I throw that over? Yes. I don't want all of them there. Just that, 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 and that. And then those two mix. And then all the andesite alloy will come pouring in. So I've got everything for all recipes, besides heated ones, but I'm doing those so rarely that I don't really need it. Though, trying to... Yeah, I said I could add a stressometer and probably a speedometer. So I just have those lying around. Okay. So that's because this will let me tell actually what's going on. But this was a pretty chill episode, and I didn't get myself to the point where I feel like ripping out my own hair. So I regrab my checklist. I'll grab it later. But I have got myself a nice little station, some walls beginning to be built, and in between episodes I'm probably gonna produce some stuff that needs to be produced and try and figure out how to deal with this, and next episode probably will be solving some stuff with power and all that jazz. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next episode.